The look on Seth Rollins' face said everything. Roman Reigns had just signed the contract, stared directly into the eyes of the man who has haunted him for over a decade, and delivered one sentence that sent shockwaves through the WWE universe. According to Roman, Seth Rollins will always be number 2. Not second in talent, not second in accomplishments. Second to Roman Reigns. The arena erupted. Then chaos followed. Words turned into punches. Punches turned into a fight. And before anyone could stop it, Seth Rollins stood over the World Heavyweight Champion after planting him with a devastating stomp that left the entire wrestling world asking one question. Has Roman Reigns finally met the one man he cannot beat? Because this isn't just another title match. This isn't just another SummerSlam main event. This is the collision course of 2 careers that have been linked since the very first day the Shield stepped into WWE. And the winner may define the next era of WWE. Stay until the end, because the final reveal changes everything. Welcome to the Ringside Report. The story didn't start with a championship. It started with brotherhood. Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins once stood side by side as members of the Shield, one of the most dominant factions in WWE history. Together, they conquered the industry. Together, they changed wrestling. Then came betrayal. Rollins shattered the Shield with a steel chair. Years later, Roman became the tribal chief and built one of the greatest championship runs WWE has ever seen. Meanwhile, Seth transformed into a visionary, a revolutionary, a superstar who constantly reinvented himself whenever the odds were stacked against him. Their paths crossed again and again. Neither man ever truly escaped the other. That's why this current rivalry feels different. Roman isn't defending his title against a challenger. He's defending it against the one person who knows every weakness he has. And Seth isn't chasing a championship. He's chasing validation. The title matters. But proving he can finally defeat Roman on the biggest stage may matter even more. Right now, the stakes could not be higher. Roman Reigns enters SummerSlam as the World Heavyweight Champion. Seth Rollins enters SummerSlam carrying years of unfinished business. The contract signing on Raw made that crystal clear. Roman attacked Seth psychologically. He questioned his legacy. He questioned his place in WWE history. Most importantly, he questioned whether Seth could ever step out of Roman's shadow. And for a moment, fans saw something rare. They saw emotion. Real emotion, not from a character. From a competitor who seemed genuinely tired of hearing that Roman Reigns is the measuring stick. Then Seth responded the only way he knows how. Violence. The stomp at the end of Raw wasn't just an attack. It was a statement. A warning. A promise. Yet history tells us something important. Standing tall before a premium live event doesn't always mean standing tall after it. So who is really holding the advantage heading into SummerSlam? And more importantly, who leaves with the championship? Before we go further, if you are enjoying this breakdown, smash that like button and hit subscribe. It genuinely helps the channel grow and keeps these videos coming. Now, back to the story. That question is exactly why this rivalry has captured fans. Because unlike most title matches, both outcomes make complete sense. Roman has every reason to win. He's the champion. He's the face of WWE. And despite everything Seth has accomplished, Roman continues to carry an aura few superstars can match. When Roman walks into an arena, the atmosphere changes. Fans don't just watch him, they react to him. Every stare feels important. Every pause feels intentional. Every word sounds like a threat. That presence is why Roman remains one of the most dominant forces in wrestling today. Yet something changed during that contract signing. For the first time in this rivalry, Roman appeared irritated. Not confident, not amused. Irritated, almost as if Seth got inside his head. Fans exploded because they recognized what that meant. The tribal chief suddenly looked vulnerable. And when Roman looks vulnerable, anything becomes possible. That's where things become fascinating. Most fans expected this feud to be about the championship. Instead, WWE has transformed it into something deeper. Legacy, respect, identity. Roman believes he is WWE. Seth believes he helped build WWE. Only one man can prove his claim inside that ring. And that makes the title feel almost secondary. The championship is the prize. The real battle is pride. Now consider the twist. Fans expected Roman to dominate the mental game. Instead, Seth has slowly forced Roman into emotional territory. Roman wanted to treat Seth like another challenger. Seth refused. Every confrontation has dragged Roman back into their shared history. Back to the Shield, back to betrayal, back to memories Roman would probably rather forget. That's why this feud feels so personal. WWE isn't selling a match. They're selling scars. And scars don't heal when the bell rings. They get reopened. The superstar under the biggest spotlight right now is Seth Rollins. Momentum matters, and Seth has plenty of it. He has repeatedly shown that he can adapt to any situation. He's unpredictable, creative, dangerous, but his greatest strength may also be his weakness. Seth sometimes becomes obsessed with proving a point, obsessed with proving people wrong, obsessed with winning battles that exist inside his own head. That's exactly where Roman wants him, because an emotional Seth can make mistakes. A focused Seth can beat anyone, including Roman Reigns. That distinction could decide the entire match. So let's get into the predictions. 1. At SummerSlam, Roman Reigns defeats Seth Rollins after surviving multiple stomps. The victory reinforces Roman's status as champion and sends Seth into a darker, more desperate character direction. WWE could then build toward Seth rebuilding himself for one final championship chase. 2. At SummerSlam, Seth Rollins defeats Roman Reigns clean in the center of the ring. This would complete one of the longest stories in WWE history and finally give Seth the defining victory he has been chasing. Roman would immediately enter redemption mode as he hunts the title he lost. 3. At SummerSlam, outside interference changes everything. Whether it's a bloodline development, an old ally, or a shocking return, WWE may create a controversial finish that protects both men and launches a much larger rivalry heading toward the rest of 2026. This is the boldest outcome, but it might also be the most WWE outcome. One of these three things will happen. The only question is which one. If you're asking me who walks out as champion, I think Seth Rollins has the strongest story. Roman may be the champion today, but Seth feels like the man WWE is positioning to complete his journey. That doesn't guarantee victory. It just means the emotional payoff is sitting right there waiting to happen. SummerSlam isn't just about a title. It's about settling a score that has lasted more than a decade. The championship may change hands, but the consequences of this battle will reshape WWE either way. So now I want to hear from you. Does Roman Reigns retain the World Heavyweight Championship, or is SummerSlam finally the night Seth Rollins steps out of Roman's shadow once and for all? This is the Ringside Report, and I'll see you at Ringside.